So the biggest disappointment is just disappointing the fans. That's the biggest thing. I mean, it's hard to disappoint. But hey, we had a lot of good things happen this year. We moved downtown. We're downtown, so that's nice. We had the practice facility. We broke ground on that. We continue to commit to Detroit with kids in the future and the community. So we're doing a lot of things that don't necessarily represent wins, but they're wins for the city, and we're here, and I'm happy about that. But yeah, sure. I mean, I'm disappointed that I have disappointed the fans.
In assessing this, do you break those two jobs apart, his two roles as the team president and the coach, and look at those two things separately, or is it just one big piece of the job that he's doing in both roles?
No, we have to break it down. We've got to break it down. Where we've gone right, where we've gone wrong, we have to. We haven't won. So I don't want to be here with you guys and pretend we are going to the playoffs, because we're not. So that's just reality, and Stan and I have to talk about that.
When you say there has to be change, are you weighing whether it's a big change or a little change? Is that what you have to weigh?
I'm just going to get into details, and we'll see. I don't think, I wouldn't make a decision without Stan. Again, he's been busy coaching, and we're going to meet next week, and we're just going to talk about all the details.
Well, in the past, it's pretty much been a cut and dry where you've made these changes. It's pretty much your decision. Why do you feel like you need to have Stan involved in the decision-making process going forward?
He's been, our partner for 4 years. I mean, he's, in the past, people come in, they go, but Stan's really made a commitment. He moved his family right away. He didn't wink for not a second. He just made the commitment. So I think he deserves the conversation, and he's been very committed. I think he's been good for us. So of course I have to check in with Stan.
The Blake trade's probably been the biggest move of his tenure. He said that's more about the next 2 years than this year. One, do you agree with that? And if you do, does that make it harder to evaluate him until you see how those next 2 years play out?
Well, no. I mean, I think the thing I've been surprised about with Blake is that he's a leader. He's actually a true leader. So beyond his athletic ability and all that stuff, so I think Blake is going to be great for us. I don't think there's an evaluation mode here. The big surprise with Blake, because we made the trade, I hadn't met with him, and then we met at my house, is that he's a real leader. He's a true leader. He has the ability to lead, and we got a superstar in Detroit. He didn't convert to wins this year. It was late and stuff, but still, he's a real leader.
Are you leaning towards a decision right now? Are you leaning one way or the other?
I'm actually not. I'm really not. It's the great thing about Stan and I is we're just focused on winning, and it's really the right thing to do for the players. Once you start discussing all this stuff, it's a completely wrong thing to do for the players. They get on the court, and it's not even right for them. So we only have discussed the idea of winning. And when I said Stan's a team player, what I mean is he'll do what's right for the organization just like I will. And we have been going about this for 4 years. We haven't converted to wins, but he's really worked hard. And we're just going to meet and see how we feel.
How do you factor in the roster construction and now the cap situation as well, where there's not a lot of leverage that you have to change this roster from what you have right now in terms of whether he stays or goes, that if this is his puzzle that he's put together, possibly letting him finish it out next year because the roster is constructed the way that it is?
I don't look at it that way. I mean, I don't think Stan does either. I mean, what we did, we did. So basically, we did that together. I mean, there's not a big move that Stan made without me. So we're together in it.
Well, you really liked, or you spoke about how much you love the communication with Stan. Mm-hmm. Is that something that makes you lean more toward, you've built this relationship with this guy? So I guess moving forward, I guess might be difficult. I guess, or trying to do something different. I guess, or changing course. I guess is the way I'm looking. What I'm trying to say.
Well, I'm not afraid of change, but I mean, Stan's a very committed guy. He's dedicated. So this is not a situation where you make a change because somebody's not dedicated. They didn't think about it enough. I mean, he's a very dedicated person, and again, he committed and dedicated himself to this community. So if we have to change, I mean, Stan's not afraid to change either. We will, but we just can't really actually make a decision without talking to each other. He's been my partner for the last 4 years. I would never make a change without talking to him.
When you hired Stan, both you and he talked about this.